Yeah, if you don't mind, hop in. Hi, everybody. We're going to start the post-game press conference here with North Dakota State. North Dakota State wins tonight to finish up 2-1 in the Sioux Mortgage Direct Dakota Showcase. We are joined by head coach Dave Richman and player Sam Greisel. We will open it up for questions from the media. For Sam first, if you don't mind. Again, please identify yourself and use either the chat function or the raise hand function, and the moderator will call on you. Thank you.
Hey, Sam, Jeff Kolpak. What was the plan there in the last 20 seconds?
Really, it was just to get me downhill to my right hand. All of our players executed the play, obviously, and I was able to draw a foul and then knock in one of them, which I guess was good enough.
What do you think? You guys had you held them scoreless for over 7 minutes. How'd you do that?
We really came together as one. Obviously, our shots weren't falling, so we had to get stops. And like I said, we just came together as one and really focused on that end of the floor towards the end of the game.
Hey, Sam, Ross Uglum, real quick, have you guys ever considered playing with the lead?
We think about that a lot. Hopefully we can start doing that, but a win is a win, and we'll take it.
What do you think it says about your group, though? I mean, you have been punched in the mouth by all three schools, and 1-2 had every chance to take that one against South Dakota State as well. I mean, you guys just refused to quit.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it shows our resiliency as a group. When things aren't going our way, we're able to come together. In these last two games, we were able to pull out big W's for us. But kind of like you mentioned, we need to start the game with the foot on our gas in the future for sure.
Your thoughts on your young teammates, specifically the three true freshmen that are coming off the bench. How much growing up did they do in the last 3 days?
I mean, I think it's pretty easy to see they're playing with more confidence. And, I remember back in my day when I was a freshman, each game you learn something new. And they're just going to keep getting better and better. So I'm excited.
Thank you, Sam.
We can toss it to Cassie Niles.
Cassie, I think you're on mute.
Okay. Anybody from WDAY?
Okay, with that, we'll thank you, Sam. I'll accompany you back to headquarters, and we'll kick it over to Coach Dave Richman now. Again, please identify yourself and go ahead and ask questions.
Thanks, Terry.
Dave, it's Jeff. Just curious your assessment of that second half.
Well, I thought for the better portion of it, UND was the better team. I thought they were the tougher team. But at the end of the day, we were the better team when it mattered, and that was at the end. And, Sam said it. I thought we really showed some toughness. We really showed a bunch of togetherness late. They had 45 points. It felt like really quick in the second half, and then they only finished with, 52 something. Yeah, 52. So we really started to lock down and engage and finish some possessions, and that was encouraging to see. It was, as you can tell by the numbers, two high-level guys, Sam and Rocky, combined to go 9 for 29. Just didn't have some things offensively, but that didn't phase us. That didn't affect us. We just kept battling, and we earned this victory.
How would you assess your point guard position now at this stage of the year?
You talked to him the other day, Jeff. I love the kid, and you saw it like he didn't have it tonight for whatever reasons, and we'll work on that, him and I will. But he was terrific in the other games, borderline like 20 the other night and stuff, and usually the assists and rebound numbers. I absolutely love coaching this young man, and he talks about it from the freshmen. They're getting something new, learning something new every game. He's doing the same thing right now. And, it's new to him a little bit. It's new to me. But the other thing, when you play him at the point, you become pretty long. And when we're like that, we better be defensively pretty sound. And I think we showed that here this evening.
With Sam in the final possession there, was it that simple? You just take the ball to the hole?
Yeah, I mean, not quite that simple. There's a little bit more strategy to it. But, I mean, that's for us to continue to build on and learn from. But I think it is pretty as simple as let's get your, some of your best players involved in the action and get them to spots where they feel comfortable. And obviously we were able to execute that very well.
Hi, Dave. This is Tom Miller at the Herald. Now that you've gone through the Dakota Showcase, what are your feelings on how these four teams stack up against each other?
Well, I think it's pretty evident, Tom, by our three games that there's a lot of parity, and for us too, we got to realize, Deshaun Allen Ikens didn't play for North Dakota. I know he's one of their better players. Doug Wilson didn't play for South Dakota State. We're not going to throw these victories away. I can promise you that. We're going to learn from them. The thing that we have too is we still, and I know that Tyree, for them, number 4, he's a freshman playing 30-some minutes, but we've got some talented freshmen, and it's my job to figure out a way to get them more and more comfortable every day. And it'll be nice too. Now we can go back home. We've been up, down, and around, and now we have a week to kind of build on some things. I think that'll be really good before we go into break.
We got a couple more up here, Terry.
Hey, Coach, it's Ross. What explanation were you guys given at the under 4 in the second half with the possession switch there? It wasn't real clear for us back in the.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't either for me at the time, but it made more sense. They did say that North Dakota had possession of that rebound before, and so that reset the shot clock, and that's why I went to 20 instead of the shot clock being over. Before North Dakota stepped out of bounds or threw it back in. I can't remember the exact scenario, but they did say that they controlled and had possession.
You got to feel pretty good about your guys. I mean, defensive effort, the point totals the other teams got to this weekend. What do you guys need to do better to be more efficient on the offensive end?
I think it's just about getting comfortable, and at times, and I need to be careful because I need to do a better job with it, but executing the things that we're supposed to execute. If we're supposed to be in the corner, get to the corner. And, if we're supposed to sprint across something, sprint across it. And we're not executing, unbelievably, obviously. I also think, too, you go back to the first half last night, some missed bunny opportunities from some been there, done that guys, and Rocky and Sam. I think some of it too was just getting comfortable, seeing a couple go down too. The guys that have done it and done it at a high level.
And just finally, your commentary on this team's fight. I mean, dug yourselves holes against all three opponents this weekend, 1-2, and had the ball, within a possession against South Dakota State, a team that just kind of refuses to go away.
Yeah, I think that's the makeup when you have leadership like Sam and Tyree and Rocky, and they're selfless guys. They're tough kids, and that's who we have to be right now. I mean, let's face it, we're not pretty all the time offensively. We're showing spurts, but we weren't tonight, and give North Dakota credit for that. But we found a way, and give our guys a ton of credit for that.
All right.
Questions from WDAY or Cassie?
Last call. Good. Coach Richman, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Let you go.
Hey, by the way, too, I want to say this too, Sanford and the Pentagon, this is an absolutely tremendous event, first class. Not that I'm surprised, but loud and clear from myself and our entire program. We greatly appreciate this.
Thank you, Coach. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Coach Paul Sather from North Dakota. Please. Dylan will help field questions from both Zoom and the room. And with that, why don't we let Coach go ahead and just, if you want to make an opening statement, Coach, and then we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, I thought we played really hard. I thought we played, for 40 minutes. For most of 40 minutes, I thought we put a pretty good complete game in where we really fought, and I thought it made every defensive possession, pretty hard to play against. And, overall, most of the game, I thought we did a pretty good job of being attacking on offense. And they really do a great job of packing it in and making it hard. And I thought our guys did a much better job tonight of moving the basketball and finding good shots and doing really well. It just we made enough mistakes that gave some opportunities to come back, and we went 2 of 9 from the free throw line, and which is you're just adding a few more turnovers in there when you miss free throws. So, overall, it's improvement from where we've been. I don't love moral victories by any means, but it's great improvement. We just gotta keep buying into that and not let a loss kind of dictate what we are and what we're trying to become.
With that, we'll open up for questions for Coach Sather.
We'll start with Zoom. WDAY, are there any questions on your end?
This is Tom Miller, the Herald. Coach, what did you think of that about 7-minute stretch where it was just I think you went scoreless there? What would you like to have seen different offensively, maybe?
I'd have to go back and really watch that 7 minutes to see. I'm not always the best at retracking it play by play. Usually it's settling for us. It's probably settling too much for perimeter shots. We want to get Phil inside a little bit more with touches. Sometimes it's not attacking and throughout the clock or getting that ball moved. And sometimes, you're going against a team that I think defensively has built a pretty good reputation as far as being a good basketball team in North Dakota State. But yeah, it's a hard stretch to not score in. But it's going to be good film to watch and improve from and get better from. But that's been our main problems is sometimes we just settle. And I thought there was some fatigue settling in around that 4-minute mark, 5-minute mark. And a lot of it affected us almost more on offense than on defense, it felt like, honestly. We just weren't as sharp with our cuts and as aggressive a take for a while. But that's I guess we just, it's just stuff to kind of learn from and get better from.
What would you take away from this event as a whole? Now that you've gone through the 3 games, what do you feel about where you sit amongst your Summit League foes?
Well, I don't know. I'd say there's those 2 teams in South Dakota State, North Dakota State that we lost to are obviously 2 of the top teams in this league. And I think I watched from our South Dakota game to watching them the next night, probably tonight too. I think they're going to show great improvement based on they got a lot of new faces like we do that are learning. And so inside those 40 minutes, when you got a lot of new faces, there's still things that happen that you just quite don't know who's maybe going to make that play or, do that defensively or whatever it might be. So this was a great thing from the Pentagon and from Sanford that they did this. We appreciate, Jesse Smith and Paul Sather and everything they do to kind of help make this possible, because in these circumstances, this gave our guys and the other 3 teams a chance to come out and compete. So it's a great event, really good for us. You would have liked to have got out of here 2-1 instead of 1-2, but it kind of served the purpose for our team and for the 3 other teams in it to get out and play, because this is really difficult, and we've been pretty fortunate, knock on wood, that we haven't had a pause and we haven't had to not play. And so I just feel like it's been a blessing to be able to keep our guys and our team playing through all this.
We are all set from the media room.
Perfect. We will let you go, Coach. Thank you so much. The complete press conference will be available on the Sanford Pentagon YouTube channel afterwards if you missed it. And we'll be back shortly with the final game of the showcase with after the South Dakota State versus South Dakota contest.